And this is the closest I could get to the alien from Alien Resurrection. There's of course Donald Mackerel. Look, here's me. Donald Mackerel from Donald Mackerel Gaming. Just doing a quick review. I know, thank you to the people that watched the stream of me attempting to play Alien Isolation. Thank you Microsoft for making it the most awkward bloody streaming platform on. We're already having a crisis, aren't we? Yes, Alien Isolation. Attempting to play Alien Isolation yesterday. It did not go to plan. Right, I'm not even joking. I wish I could show you on a camera. It's now changed the controls over to the other control pad, the one that I've just disconnected. Jesus Christ. To anybody who hasn't seen it, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend watching maybe the first 15 or 20 minutes because it is unintentionally the most hilarious thing I've ever released on YouTube. Oh, what's this? Adjust the slider until the Sieg song? What the hell is... It's changed back over to the other controller! Don't try and stream via a platform called Prism. Just keep on berating Microsoft for not letting us stream direct to YouTube from a current generation console. You can go to Twitch where all the child just hang out, but not willing to do that. I wanted to stay on YouTube and be relatively safe. Yeah, sadly Microsoft aren't fans of that, so I don't know what message they're trying to promote there. Anyway, onto the game. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. People know I'm not a fan of scary games in the slightest. It didn't help. I'm currently, or back then, I was currently on day 3 of a diarrhea and vomiting bug. So what did I choose to do? Yeah, let's play literally what was voted the scariest game of all time. So I was pretty much plugging it up for 2 hours, trying my hardest not to vacate my lower end. For the first, oh God, I normally only give games an hour, and I would say for the first hour, I was bored senseless. It was very much, I think NJP commented that he said, oh, is it still a walking simulator? And I know he's played the game, so he knows what he's talking about, but obviously I was taking a long time on that first hour because I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, for the first hour, it was just a walking simulator and I was bored stupid. It's not very intuitive. Wasn't it here somewhere? I can't. Cheeky just pushed me all the way back. Just like playing through the game, I didn't really know what to do. Luckily, I had people in the chat sort of helping me along, saying do this, do that. Without them, I wouldn't have known what I was meant to be doing, where I was meant to be going. Well, I have to go through there. You can't climb over suitcases. I wouldn't know much about the controls of the game. Watching some YouTube playthroughs afterwards, you can go, ah, right, so I could have done this and I could have done that. That's not how a game should be. A game should be quite intuitive. And because my chat, thanks to Prism streaming, was coming up one line at a time and chopping sort of like the vast majority of information off, it ended up with them having to bark at me like I was some sort of like foreigner that had learned basic English. It'd be like, use cover, use cover, use cover, and even that was coming up sort of literally for a split second. Then I'm going, what was that? Something came up and I missed it. Yeah, things like left upstairs. Okay, but yeah, the bit that really got me was, I don't want to give away any of the plot. If you've not played Alien Isolation, I would say play it. It's an experience. Honestly, it's a decent game if you're into that sort of stuff. The graphics were the game is 10 years old. It's 10 years old and the graphics were beautiful, man. They were absolutely fantastic. The lighting effects, amazing. The sound design, oh my God, I'm so glad that I decided to play it with earphones on. I was going to wuss out. I was going to play it just off the stream, off my TV, which, thanks to Prism, as it turned out, I couldn't do. I had to play it off my blooming phone, my Samsung S22 Ultra. So that tiny little screen was all I'd got to go off, which again, probably didn't help with the gameplay. So just the sound design coming through the earphones where you can hear steps coming from, like, I don't know how they did it. I'm not technologically minded at all. I was getting 360-degree sound through just a bog standard pair of earphones. I could hear things creeping up behind me. I could hear the direction that things were shooting from. Fantastic. So yeah, I don't want to give much of the game away, but there came an incident where, I can't even say how it leads to this, but I went into a room, you get spotted, somebody shoots at you. I backtracked, then I sort of braved it, went into the room again, went straight over to where the person was shooting at me. I didn't realise at this point, the first thing you're meant to do is then sort of turn to what would then be your right hand side, go up a flight of stairs and avoid a load of people that are coming from the left. I didn't know this. Again, I just did what I thought I would do. I saw people coming from the left. I scuttled back out and went to hide. Worst thing you can do, because that pretty much, if you're on any difficulty other than the lower ones, you're done. You're done. You can't take those people out. They literally, I think on the hard level, which is what it recommends you play it on, I played it on casual because I'm a wuss. On the hard level, 2 shots, you are dead. The room just fills with people. There's only 4 of them. But 1 stays on a balcony, keeping watch out. 3 of them start patrolling the room, and you can't get around them. Go in another direction. And you.
What was that?
Oh.
I don't think it was anything.
Are they just going to stand there?
This whole station's gone to shit. We've only done what we had to.
Is there not a way to, like, distract them or anything? Oh. Okay. Let's try it.
Anyone else, Cap?
Oh, fuck. Oh well. So unless you do what the game what the game intends you to do, which is immediately go right, go up the stairs and sneak round, unless you do that, you are done. And I watched a few playthroughs, and again, they always follow the same route, so they know exactly what you're meant to do. As a new player, no, especially in a game that I was told was stealth. I was like, right, well, what I would do is I would wait, I would study their patterns, I would wait and see exactly where they go, and then I'd work out a way to get around it. There is no way. So it ended up with me, so I'll splice a clip in of how I dealt with it. Right, that's 3 days. I'm 99.9% confident that that's not the way you're meant to do it. Yeah, so that's not how you do it. It's not how you do it at all. Yeah, little bits like that. Like when the alien first appeared, I kegged myself, absolutely kegged myself. You have no control over it. You have no control. And the dumbest thing ever is it makes you follow the alien. Why? Why would you do that? I'll be honest, if I was in that situation, I would just resign myself to death. But I suppose that's not the purpose of the game, is it? But yeah, really, really not for me. I say I'm not a fan of scary games at the best of times. This was a scary game that made no sense to play for me, it was not intuitive in the slightest. There was too much going on as well. Lots of crafting, which I get no real advice on how to use the things you've crafted. It tells you how to make a flare and says you should light up dark areas. Yeah, all right, fair enough. What do you use on an alien? What do you use on a robot? What do you use on people? Why, when I saw guns on the floor, couldn't I pick them up? But later, there was a gun on the side. I can grab that. None of it made sense, really. I understand why people love it, and fair play to you. This is the same way as when I played Dark Souls, the coming Saturday, the one due to come. When I played Dark Souls then, I'm probably not going to like it. It's probably not going to be my cup of tea, but I understand why people like these games. It's an achievement and it is a challenge. It does get the heart pounding. My anxiety was through the roof. The stupidest thing I said during the entire stream was, well, this isn't exactly scary. Yeah, tell that to me like 30 minutes down the line. Yeah, no, I did. I didn't like it at all. I think I got through the initial fight thing that I showed you a clip of. I got through the initial alien thing, which I think you've got to be a moron to do at that stage. From what I understand, as the game progresses, the alien actively starts hunting you, and literally, if you do what I do, which is play it slow, take your time, be patient, wait for gaps. If you do that, apparently the AI knows where you are at all times and will hunt you down and kill you. So it's definitely not a game for me. But also the robot, I forget there's like android things, I forget what they're called. Those, I managed to sneak past a few of those, which surprised me. I thought they were going to murder me, but managed to sneak past a few of those. And at that point, I went through to the next section and I saved the game and turned off. That was at 2 hours 20. I've watched somebody doing a professional speed run of it. That was the roughly 1 hour mark. I think it took them 1 hour 10 minutes or something like that to get to that point. So and that wasn't a speed run, sorry, that was just a playthrough. So yeah, I think technically I can then give it a review on its 1 hour. So we're not going to do the whole Gaga thing, but I will say the graphics spot on, the audio perfect, the gameplay, as I've said, that's where it lets it down for me. Not intuitive in the slightest, too much stuff going on, too many things to remember, and I know it all adds to the suspense, like, oh god, how do I open this door, or something's trying to track you down, or why would you put so many different types of locks on different doors? It is dumb. So yeah, that really, really annoyed me. Appeal, would I go back to it? Yes. Yes. I've been debating with my missus all morning. It's like, shall I give it another crack? Shall I do it? So yes, I am going to be trying to go back to it. I'm not going to like it. I probably am going to give up. But it has got that little bit of like, I know I could have done better. I know I could have done better. I just wish they'd have made it a little bit more sensible. Thank you to everybody in the chat that was telling me what to do. Without you, I would have given up. I would have quit. Because it really doesn't tell you what to aim for, what to do. It doesn't even tell you how to open a map. I mean, like, blummit, come on. You know, there's no manual inside it. It's just an Xbox One game, so it doesn't come with a manual. So how are you meant to know what all the things are that you can do? It was really, really not helpful. But yeah, appeal. I probably will play it again. If I was to magic a score out of my bum, I'll probably give it a 25 out of 40, but that's unofficial. That doesn't exist. I've not really thought about it properly. But yeah, that's my quick recap of Alien Isolation. I'm going to try and do a better stream for Dark Souls. I've thought of basically still going to be low fidelity. It's still going to be 720p because I'm going to have to use that blooming Prism streaming app thanks to Microsoft being useless. So it's still going to be 720p. I'm not going to be reading your comments on Prism. What I'm going to do, more money. I'm going to try and just get a cheap phone, a really cheap one, even if it's just like a 20 quid one that can just use YouTube. I've got a second account that I used to use for my comedy stuff. I'm going to try and log back in with that if I can remember what it was. Try and log back in with that one. I'm going to use that as like what you guys would do. I'm going to use it to view YouTube, and I'm just going to use it for chat. So I'm going to have a phone on one side that will just be streaming. I'm not even going to be looking at it. I'm going to be looking at the big TV, the big 64 jobby, and just off to the side, I'm going to have my phone on a tripod that I'm going to look at for chat. So hopefully Dark Souls, it's going to destroy me. I've tried Dark Souls 2. I hated it. I wasn't very good at it. I'll try Dark Souls. Who knows? If the last 30 minutes, brilliant. If I get invested in it and it turns into another 2-hour romp of me just regretting my decisions, so be it. But yeah, Alien Isolation, not for me, but I understand why people love it. Anyway, this has been Donald Mackerel Gaming. See you on Saturday. Cheers all. Right. I have not enjoyed this. This has been horrible. Oh my God.